I just got off a coaching call with a client who struggles with boundaries and people pleasing. And in that session, she was sharing just how much the clients of her business are frustrating her, that they're entitled, that her parents are just on her all the time. And she has a hard time of enforcing boundaries. But what we realized through that is it's not that she's having a hard time with boundaries with other people. She's having a hard time with boundaries with herself because she keeps overgiving. So she says things like, I know my clients are scheduled for a 60-minute appointment, and then I love them so much, so I give them an extra 20 or 30 minutes of the service. And I'm like, well, they didn't ask for that, so you just gave that. Why did you give that? Well, I just really want them to know how much I love them. I'm like, oh, so you're actually trying to manipulate them by overgiving and having an expectation that they're going to what? And so we kind of worked through that she was overgiving because she needed them to think that she was amazing and wonderful. And it is a form of manipulation. It's very well-meaning manipulation, but still the same, that she was doing things that she had an expectation would get a result from someone else. And when we really dissected this and we really dug deep on this, we recognized that she didn't really have a good definition of boundaries. So I gave her a definition that really helped, and I wanted to share that definition with you. I define boundaries as knowing where your responsibility ends and theirs begins, and not stepping over into the responsibility that is theirs and you sticking in your realm of responsibility. So for example, let's say you scheduled a doctor's appointment for your child and you asked your partner to take them, and you communicated the time and the place of when that appointment was. And that's now their responsibility to pick up the child and take the child to that appointment. You have communicated time and place and they agreed to it. If they forget, that's on them, right? If they have a hard time remembering things, that's on them. They can ask you to help them remember, sure, that would be great. But by you just going, I know they're going to forget, so I'm going to send them a text, or I'm going to remind them 6 different times between now and then, because then you're going to get mad at them when they still forget because they're not taking responsibility for their part, and you're adding more responsibility to your plate for another grown adult to do the things that they said they were going to do. That's maddening. But your boundary is that you were starting to take responsibility for somebody else's actions, behavior, results. You can't control that. It is not your responsibility. So, again, the definition of boundaries is knowing where your responsibility ends and theirs begins. Food for thought. And hey, my name is Tara, and I'm on a mission to create a self-aware army because it's lonely in these self-aware streets.